Okay, good morning, everyone. It seems that we are live on the platform. So hope you've enjoyed the day yesterday. We are back today with a full day of great talks and tutorial. Since we were not able to go to Poland, let Poland come to us. So we've created a series of invited talks in the morning from different groups, research groups in Poland, to introduce us to the ecosystem, to the machine learning ecosystem in Poland. So this morning we are welcomed by the hosts. Actually, they were supposed to be the hosts of the school in Kraków at Jagiellonian University, and we have invited Jacek Tabor and Igor Podolak, who are the leads of the GMUM group in Kraków. So welcome, and I will let Igor present the works that they do there. Thank you.
Thank you. But can you see the presentation?
I do. Could you please do present? If you go.
Yeah. So it's okay. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you here. We are really happy. Unfortunately, perhaps we are not able to meet in real time, but in real life. But perhaps next year, second year, sometime. I'm here to present the GMUM group, which is the group that is at the Jagiellonian University in Kraków. The GMUM group, we are part of the Jagiellonian University, which is one of the oldest universities in Europe. It was founded in 1364. It has over 45,000 students, and the GMUM is located at the Mathematics and Computer Science faculty. I want to present the group, the problems we are working on, and the people that are here at the group, and welcome you to connect with us and perhaps do some research. So, as I said, GMUM was founded about 15 years ago. The GMUM name stands for Group for Machine Learning Methods, but it's in Polish, so it may be some. The acronym is Polish. It is a possible discrepancy. We were, as I said, about 15 years ago, it was founded. We were starting with some classical approaches to machine learning, and we quickly moved to some problems of deep learning methods. And then we had some big breaks in the GMUM, one was when our current boss joined us and became the real boss, Jacek Tabor. And then the other breaks were the grants that we are starting to do. One was in cheminformatics to develop methods for drug design using machine learning, and the other is rather a project on biologically inspired neural networks that is more to borrow from neurobiology, neuropsychology, and I shall return to that. So let's present I want to present our team also. So first, the boss, Jacek Tabor, well, he joined our group joined us as an open-minded mathematician, interested not only in mathematics, but first in clustering methods. And first we developed several new methods of clustering at GMUM with his help. And then with his great mathematical knowledge, Jacek extended quickly his interest onto several fields of advanced deep learning. The cheminformatics grant, where we cooperated with pharmacologists, has shown us the width of problems in drug design that might be solved with most advanced machine learning groups. And Jacek, well, he's a natural leader, we must say. Well, he's a driving force of the research team, and as such, well, he takes part in most of the problems. Let me. Then there is me who is helping Jacek. I'm one of the longest members of the group, and I started with some originating from some problems in pattern recognition. I started with some problems of ensemble models building, and then I'm now interested in mainly in problems of generating generative systems and latent space exploration, and I want to extract some meaningful objects from that latent space. And at the same time, I'm the leader of a subgroup of the biologically inspired neural networks project that I will be speaking in a moment. And we want to do some inspired by the neurobiology, neuropsychology problems. We want to extend our knowledge of artificial systems and build new systems. For example, build systems that are built of modules that use different learning paradigms, was supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning. As we saw in the human brain, there are such modules. I really believe that it is possible. Well, turning back to the big project that we have started, well, the biologically inspired neural networks. This is the name of the project. Well, this is about $4 million grant that is designed to bring together a group of scientists from machine learning, complex systems, well, neurobiology, neuropsychology, to work together to develop new approaches to build artificial models that borrow from the ways that human brain processes information, the cooperation of brain parts that use different learning paradigms, as I was saying previously, will copy the enigma of the human sleep, which is really fantastic and really interesting problem. It applies some deep models to process data from the functional magnetic resonance scans. And well, the project is limited only to our imagination. That is a great thing about that. Well, if you are interested in the project, you might contact me with the link that is given below on the slide. And then we naturally will also take part in other problems. I just gave here a list of other grants that we were doing or are doing at the same time, so you can see that, well, from clustering to cheminformatics to several other problems that are interesting to us and that we are still doing. So let me go on to present the members of the group with some of the papers. Maybe you might be still interested with in some cooperation with them. There are always here are given the mail addresses of all the members, of almost all the members, so that you can contact with them. Marek Śmieja, who is a professor here, works mainly with semi-supervised methods for clustering and for missing data handling using deep neural networks. Marek also works closely with Maciek Wołczyk below, who is a PhD student and who tries to borrow some general ideas from the biological systems, for example, for his spatial neural networks that were presented at a workshop at last year's NeurIPS. Then there is another member of the group, Przemek Spurek, who is mainly interested. First was interested in clustering, still is, I'd say, and then the ICA methods. But recently he got interested in, particularly in the generative models that use point clouds to present models, and he wants to now to model the brain and the brain activations given from the functional MRI scans. That might be very interesting. As I say, as we talk, the neuropsychologists are quite interested in the results from that. That might be a breakthrough, really. So I think that it might be very interesting for you to connect with, contact with Przemek. Then there are people who are mainly interested in pattern recognition, as Bartek and Łukasz. Bartek is a person who in problems of biological data and does some data analysis utilizing the topological methods. And Łukasz is also does some interpolation methods. I work with them together on continual learning, which is also an interesting problem these days. Then there is a very strong chem informatics groups. As I said, we were doing a chem informatics project, a grant. There was a big grant, and then we started doing much of the chem informatics. And then the leader of the group is Staszek Jastrzębski, who has finished his PhD. He is now at the New York University. You might meet Staszek because he will be doing some lecture at this school. And then Staszek is still closely cooperates with some of the members on the chem informatics, and among them are Tomek, the below and the picture below, and Łukasz Maziarka, picture above. And they have done very good research on graph generative systems. Well, you can see that they were invited to, there were some papers in Journal of Chem Informatics and at the iClear at the NeurIPS workshop. So I really highly encourage you to get in contact with them, because their job is really, really of the highest value. Then, which might be interesting to everybody, we are not only boys here, and the girls are doing the research too. Among them there's the Agnieszka, who is doing some NLP methods and applies them to chem informatics problems. And then there is also Ola, the picture below, who is interested in general deep learning and tries to find the optimal neural networks graphs for optimal classification, also the global pooling. You might have met Ola because he is one of the persons who is helping with organizing with the conference. Ola works with the biological neural networks project team, concentrating on the problems that I just talked about. And then these are not, naturally, these are not all the members of our group, but I wanted to say that you might contact us personal go into some particular problems, but there is also an option of a doctor of science at our department, and then the enrollment is still open until the 10th of July. So, well, we have a week still, and this is, well, it's not easily seen, but this is the link to that page where there is all the information about the form of applying, and the web page is given there. Then I just wanted to say that there are lots of other persons with papers. For example, Jarek Duda, he's a well-known person for the coding algorithms. I think he's at well, he developed some algorithms that one of the bigger firms has patented later, simply stealing it from them. And then there are other persons like doing continual learning, chem informatics, reinforcement, and there was not enough place to give the papers that they have prepared. And then we have our people at DeepMind, not to say the first is Wojtek Czarnecki, who has done his master paper with me, and then he has done the PhD with Jacek Tabor, our boss, and now he's in DeepMind doing successful project research in reinforcement algorithms. I have seen several papers where Wojtek is co-author. And then there is also Konrad, who is a PhD student at our department still, but he's now at the DeepMind, and he has he's finishing his PhD and works in reinforcement learning and some. So as you can see, you can contact with us, and there is a good way out because people finish at some good companies, the best companies. Well, as I said, thank you for listening for the time, and we'll be happy to cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
15 minutes.
The topics are really, that you're working on are really, really fascinating. And we actually have one question. Someone is, Andrea Cosso is asking if the biologically inspired models from BioINN are spiking neural networks.
Yes. Because, as I said, we are cooperating with several other groups. One is at the physics department, computer science from Warsaw Polytechnic, and then there is a group at the Nensky Institute of Experimental Biology. This is a very well-known institute of biological problems, and they are doing, and we are doing in cooperation with them, some try to solve some problems with spiking neural networks too. Yes. So the answer is yes.
But not only. So we are not
only, naturally.
Great. So many participants are asking for the slides. So I hope we will be able to share the slides because they want to have the links and the emails. So again, thank you so much. This is really, really interesting. And yes, thank you for hosting us virtually, and hope we will be also in person at some point in
Kraków. I hope so.
Thank you again, and we will see Jacek tomorrow, I think, for a lecture as well. So we will learn more about all the great work that happens in Kraków. Okay, thank you so much. We will be back very soon with the next lecture on reinforcement learning. Okay, see you soon.
See you.